Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I've got another beer review for you and it is of this. This is the Blue Monkey's Chocolate Orange Stout. It comes in at 4.9% in a 440 can and it's got that beautiful Blue Monkey artwork again. Obviously a lot of the beers I've tried, all this is the same and the colour changes here. This beer was very kindly given to me by Tom, the Crummy Beard, you all know him by now. This is one of his favourite breweries that's close to him and I've heard this is quite good. Chocolate orange stouts in general, I'm not normally a fan of orange in beer, if I'm being entirely honest. I find it can be very perfumey, very chemical, sort of like chemical flavours. I don't think it's it's very much like mint. And when certain flavours sort of, when they go into beer, you do worry a little bit. But I do have faith in this beer because it's brewed by Blue Monkey. Now, Blue Monkey seem to smash dark beers. I've had about 5 or 6 dark beers from Blue Monkey now, and they've all been exceptional. So, what can go wrong? If we're when you think of chocolate orange, you do think of sort of TERRYS chocolate orange. That's probably the most well-known chocolate orange thing in the world. If it can get that lovely kind of fruity, sharp, citrusy balance of an orange without it being sort of too long-lasting and perfumey, this will be fantastic. Chocolate orange beers are a funny old subject on this channel. One of my favourite beers that I've had, one of my favourite dark beers I've had is Lord's Brewing Company's Bandon Car Porter. They brought out an orange version. And it didn't quite work. And John will happily admit that, and he won't mind me saying it. And that was kind of what I would expect a chocolate orange beer to be like, really. Let's see if Blue Monkey have cracked the code. There we go. Let's see if Blue Monkey have cracked the code. What have we got then? We've got a beautiful jet black beer. Head fizzing away there. We've got a 3-finger sort of light brown off-white foamy head. Like I say, jet black beer in the glass. It looks good. It looks really good. 4.9%. Let's get our noses in. It smells like TERRYS chocolate orange. It really does. I know it's going to be a generic thing to say and I know it's going to be a normal thing to say, but it really does. It does have there is a slight sort of, it's not chemical. It's more like menthol. It's got a slight mentholy aroma to it. But what you are picking up is lovely creamy milk chocolate. And it smells exactly like you've popped a TERRYS chocolate orange. It smells pretty good. Just got that little menthol thing in the back of my mind. Yeah, whether that's the chocolate orange or something else, I don't know. When I say menthol, it's kind of got a nasally, tickling kind of aroma to it. But I'm hoping it's good. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Yeah, that's nice. Oh. First things first, the mouthfeel for 4.9%. Yeah, 4.9% is insane. But then that mouthfeel's taken over quite quickly by the carbonation, which works actually quite well. And it's a creeper. There's this rich, the chocolate flavour builds and builds and builds and builds, and it catches up. It really does catch up with you at the back. As you taste it, it's a lovely creaminess. I think that the creaminess of the flavour, that's supported by the body of the beer. milk chocolate, subtle hint of roasted coffee, more roasted than sort of creamy coffee. And then the orange and the milk chocolate really start to build, and they build and they build and they build. It's building. And the flavours start to blend together. You do notice the chocolate and the orange as separate entities, but then they really start to blend together, almost as if you've had a bite of a Terry's chocolate orange piece. And it gets creamier. The back of this beer gets sort of creamier in the mouth. It gets more chocolatey, more milk chocolate. And the orange is always behind the chocolate. And I think that's where this beer works. It isn't smack you in the face orange like a lot of other beers are, or they have been. The body of the beer, and I've said this a couple of times now about the Blue Monkey beers, especially the stouts. The main focus of the beer, with it being sort of a stout, a chocolate milk stout, or whatever stout it may be, it never really loses. It never really loses. Sorry, I've got a bit of a chest infection. It never really loses that identity. And then right at the back, you'd be forgiven for saying this doesn't have any orange in it for the first 70% of the beer. At the start, it's just a really good, creamy, milky, chocolatey, coffee-style stout with a lovely bite to the mouthfeel. And then the orange comes in. But like I say, it's always behind the chocolate. It never overtakes. And as a result, it never gets too perfumey or too overpowering. It's a nice compliment to the beer. Yeah, I think this is quite a good job by Blue Monkey. Brewed and canned by Blue Monkey. Ingredients are water, malted barley, wheat and oats, hops and yeast. So they've not put any orange in this again. It kind of happened with the Cinder Toffee. Have they not put anything? How have they got the orange flavour? With the hops? Surely not. There aren't many hops out there that give big dominant orange flavours like that. There are a few. 440 can. Drink fresh, keep cool. Yeah, it's just another good. It's just another good Blue Monkey stout. Lacing on the glass is absolutely beautiful. The beer's retained a lovely head. It's never really sweet. It's never really bitter. It's just a very easy drinking stout. Mouth feels lovely. It's got a lovely creaminess all the way through. Never loses sight of the style, which I like, and I think that's probably where a lot of the success is. And that chocolate is always behind the style, if you know what I mean. It's never really overtakes. It never becomes an orange dominant beer. And yeah, I like that. How would I rate it? That is a solid 4 out of 5. I'm not the biggest orange fan in the world, but that's actually pretty good, and that's one of the better orange stouts that I've had. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. Get in the comments if you've had this beer. It's a good one. It's a good one. I really recommend you pick it up. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.